Hi, boys and girls from Kids to College. Today we are going to be making baking soda paint. And so this is a really fun activity that we are in turn going to do rubber band painting with. You're only going to need a few simple ingredients, okay? So I've got my rubber bands, and you're going to use whatever amount of rubber bands that you would like. You're going to need a baking sheet, so like a cookie sheet, as well as some paper, and I've just put that down. You're going to want 3 or more, depending on how many types of paint you're going to create, containers to put that paint in. You're going to want some baking powder or baking soda will work as well. And then you're going to want tempera washable paints, okay? So something along this line. And then something to stir your paint creation with. So you can use whatever you would like. I'm going to use Q-tips. So the first step is to get our paper down, which as you see I've done. And then we're going to take our rubber bands, okay? And we're going to want to try to use the bigger ones. So I'm just going to pull out a few here. And what we're going to do is we're going to stretch them starting at the corner over the pan so that way, as you see, they're kind of suspended over the pan. So I'm going to do this multiple times, okay? And don't be worried because rubber bands are very stretchy. So there's another one. So now I've got 2. I'm going to come from this side now. We'll come over here. Okay, so there's 3, and I'm going to put 1 more for you to see, okay? Like I said, you can put as many as you want, but this is going to be your tool, okay? Your medium that we're going to be using, okay? So, baking soda paint. Super fun. All right, so we have that all set up there, okay? So the next thing that you're going to do is you don't need very much baking soda or powder, okay? I would say maybe 1 tablespoon. So that's 1 big spoon, 1 large spoon. So I'm just going to kind of eye that and get that in there, okay? And put that in each one, okay? 1 more. All right. So just to give you an idea so you can see how much I put in each one. Okay, so it's a little less than half full. Now I'm going to add my paint, okay? So first I'm going to do my blue, and I'm going to drop that in there. And you're going to want about 1/8 of a tablespoon. So if you have measuring devices at home, utensils at home, that's great. If not, you just kind of want to eyeball it. You don't want too much paint. You don't want more paint than you have baking soda. Let's put it that way, right? All right, and the last color I'm going to do is orange. So just so you can get an idea of how much I put in. So there's the orange. Here's our red. And I think I over poured our blue a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to use a different Q-tip for each one. And I'm just going to start mixing, okay? And I want to get it all nice and mixed up. And if you find that it's getting real clumpy, okay, as this one is, we're just going to add a little more paint to it. That may mean that we use too much baking soda, and that's okay, because we can always even out our concoction, right? All right, so I'm going to stir that all up. Okay, get that stirred. So that tells me I'm probably going to need to add more color to my other ones as well. And because this is an experiment, it may not work right the first time. The first time I did it, it didn't work so well. So we're going to give it a go this way. You may want to use less baking soda. That may just be the solution, but let's give it a chance, right? Okay, so we've got a blue mix. Now we're going to start mixing our red in. We want to get it all mixed together so that all of the baking soda is red. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, boys and girls, because I think I have, oh, wait, nope, this one's perfect as it's sitting, actually. There we go. This one needs some more color, though. So because I'm out of red, we're going to get creative here. And I'm going to add some pink to it because pink is very close to red, right? All right, so we're going to pour that in. We're going to get that all mixed up. Okay. So just so I can show you kind of where we're at right now, we have some really poofy foamy paint. So if you've ever played around with the foam paint that you can get at the store, we're basically making our own foam paint right now. That's what we're doing for a fraction of the cost. We all love to save money, right? Okay, so we're going to get this last one all mixed in together, get our foamy paint coming. And so you could really play with the foamy paint just the way it is if you really, really wanted to. But we're going to do this with the rubber band just because it is super fun. I thought it was a really, really cool activity. All right. So we have our foam paint that we've made. This one might need to be stirred a little more. All right. So add a little bit of color here, because I think I need some more. Let's stir that in. All right, so now I would recommend you can remove whatever you use to stir with, right? Okay, and you can grab a spoon and kind of drop this in random places on the paper, okay? And some people use this and paint the rubber bands and do it that way. So that's one way that you could do it, okay? Now I'm going to do the pink. You want to get it close to the rubber band, so that way it reacts with the rubber band. See, so that one was still not mixed enough, right? That's okay. We've made our own foam paint, and that in itself is exciting. And lastly, we're going to do our orange. Okay, and if you could feel this right now, it is so cool. It feels just like that fuzzy, foamy paint that you can get at the store. Okay, so we can move all these things aside now. Okay, and what you're going to do is you can take your rubber band, okay, and you can disperse this a little more if you want. You could even paint your rubber band and do it that way. But the fun of this is to flick it, and this is a very messy experiment. So you can flick it, and you want it to touch the paint. And if you find that it's not, then maybe we want to use a different baking pan. So as we flick it, we want to create the art. Now, one of the fun things about this too is instead of using foamy paint, you could very simply just put some regular paint wherever you would like, okay? And you could do the same thing, and you could flick it, right? And if you want, we can move our paper a little. Let's see if I can spread this way so you can see. Okay, so as we flick it, we start to get these really cool different lines splattered everywhere, okay? So play around with this. You not only have foamy paint, but a new way to paint. And like I said, you could go ahead and just paint your rubber bands and then put them over the pan with some paper and flick them to get the result that you wanted. But I hope that you enjoy playing around with this fun foamy paint that we have. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day from Kids to College.